Hello everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of The Gift of Giving. My name is Stephen Murray and I'm the host. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this program focuses on foundations, non-profits and 501c3s based right here in the state of Nevada and the individuals who are working daily in the trenches, making our state a better and brighter place for all. And this week I'm very pleased to welcome from Nevada Legal Services, we have Alex Cherub, the Executive Director, and we also have Greg Kamer, Vice Chair of the Board of Directors.
Yes.
And Greg, maybe you would like to start and give us a brief overview of the organization and when it was founded.
Absolutely. I'm going to need history to refer to Alex because I've only been vice chair for 2 years.
Okay.
In Nevada, if you have a criminal defendant, the state has to provide you, if you don't have enough money, with a counsel. But if it's a civil matter, there's no state obligation to do that. And so as an organization, we fill in the gap. If you make 150% or less of the poverty level, then we will provide you with legal assistance. And Alex and his crew, amazing crew of how many lawyers, Alex?
We've got about 25.
And how much support staff?
We've got a total of 59 staff members, so you can do the math. We got a huge team.
And it's not just Las Vegas. This is the entire state of Nevada. We're not limited to just here. Now, there's a great organization, Laxan, which is firmly trenched in southern Nevada. We're the whole state. And we also have an obligation for the native tribes.
That's
Yes.
correct. And I can build on what Greg is talking about. There is a distinct need for support for access to justice for Nevadans in civil legal matters. That is the purpose of our organization, to fill what's called the justice gap. Roughly 92% of individuals in the United States go underrepresented or unrepresented in civil legal matters. And this is the structure that we enter into as an organization to address that justice gap and provide those legal services to those individuals. Excitingly, we have 5 offices across the state of Nevada. So this is a Nevada program. We'll do if we had a map, I'd point out we're in the Las Vegas area, Clark County, of course. That's our largest office. We have an office in Reno as well, an office in Carson City, an office in Urington, and an office in Elko. So we provide supports to communities that are in urban areas and in rural areas and even in frontier areas. Some communities have a smaller population, and in those communities, the legal needs are even more distinct because there are certain counties where there are very few attorneys, period. And our office and our sister organizations are the best bet in town to have legal representation.
Wow. Well, the list of offices in the rural areas and outside of Las Vegas, we're going to put the list of towns and cities and their phone numbers out on the program later on. So if any of our viewers are tuning in and they need their support, they'll certainly know the phone numbers. Now, you mentioned that you help low-income families, and is there an actual means test? You mentioned about 150%
of the federal poverty level.
Yes, there is an eligibility requirement for much of the services that we provide. There are other grants that allow us to support individuals who make a little bit more. And so I'll break down our eligibility. For the bulk of our work that's funded by the Legal Services Corporation, the means test is up to 125% above the poverty line. Individual can access our services. From 125% to 170 to 200% in that percentage range, if there's allowable expenses, then we're able to represent those individuals as well. So in essence, the bulk of our services are to individuals who are up to 200% above the poverty line. Now, we receive other supports as well from grants in the state of Nevada and other federal grants. Some of those grants allow us to serve individuals up to 400% above the poverty line. So some of our funding comes from the State Services Aging and Disability Services Division. That allows us to serve individuals 60 and above, and the income eligibility is a little broader, so we can go up to 40%. So there's a lot of requirements that are affiliated with specific grants. But like Greg is saying, essentially, our focus is to serve those low-income Nevadans.
So that the listeners understand, because the percentages don't tell you what the dollars are. People think
Yes.
of how much money. What is 150% of a family for 4?
Well, that is a great question that's linked into a calculation based on the number of people in that family, based on where that person resides, based on the housing arrangement for those individuals. But we're talking individuals of a family of 4 that's going to be around that $20,000 to $25,000, maybe up to $30,000 annually. Also, it's important to note that with those calculations, we can find other ways to perhaps work individually with those individuals to provide that support, namely through those allowable expenses.
Boy, it sounds to me that the formula is so complicated. You've probably got to have a team of accountants just to administer it all.
Well, we have a great case management system that we just enter the information and it does it on its own, and it's beautiful.
Perfect. It actually works.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
It does. It works within a few seconds.
Well, you want to hope it doesn't crash, because I think you'd be left.
Right. Very
Hopeless.
true.
You mentioned that you had, I think, 25 lawyers. Was it
Roughly
25?
25 lawyers. We've got support staff, advocates, paralegals, legal secretaries. We've got folks that focus on outreach as well. It's very important when providing this type of legal aid to connect with the community. And that is done through a variety of different means, including meeting the community where they are. So one of our most recent initiatives is having a presence in one of the justice courts in North Las Vegas, to the North Las Vegas Justice Court, where every Wednesday morning our attorney and a couple of paralegals will be there to meet individuals who are facing landlord-tenant issues, tenants that are facing eviction or habitability issues or whatever the case may be, and they can meet the individual there on site, which is a lot easier than having to complete an online intake, wait for a phone call. So the idea of community-based lawyering, holistic lawyering, is a big focus for our office.
I was surprised, very pleasantly surprised, at the outreach of Nevada Legal Services. So we now have a program of Lawyer in the Schools. Why don't you tell the audience about that?
One of my favorite programs, the Lawyer in the School program, that's structured in a way where we have a lawyer and a paralegal who is in a school and able to serve the families of the students that attend the school. Myrtle Tate Elementary School is where we were located over the past year. We've been really excited to expand the program now with support from the Nevada Bar Foundation and other resources to look at other communities where we can have a presence in additional schools and even in the family engagement centers within the school district. The school district have different centers that provide supports to family. And by having our Lawyer in the School program, and it's during the summer, of course, school isn't in session, so we're going to have a presence in those family engagement centers where individuals can go to the school and they will be able to be connected with an attorney.
And not only do we have paid lawyers, but we have volunteer lawyers who do their pro bono service through our organization, and we place them in meaningful ways.
This was one of my questions that I started with when I asked you about the number of lawyers. Do you also connect with other lawyer firms that help out with pro bono cases?
Yes. We have a pro bono program throughout the state in all 17 counties that connects attorneys who want to complete pro bono work to individuals that they can represent. We've got a team in the Vegas office, we've got a team in the Reno office, and 2 individuals, one in Urington and one in Elko, to help facilitate this process. What occurs is individuals become eligible for our services, and attorneys who want to conduct pro bono work can contact our office and then have availability of individuals that they can serve through our office.
And while it's voluntary, as a state bar and as a member of the state bar, we're obligated to give so many hours of pro bono. And the question is, how do you want to deliver those pro bono? It's not just saying, oh, I'm going to give this case for free. It's really finding the needs of the community that need pro bono services and filling what Alex talked about, that justice gap.
Hold that thought, because we're going to come right back still on this pro bono thing subject. We're going to take a brief sponsorship break. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Introducing Pacific Coast Capital, your partner in finance. We provide financing for your business. Speed, flexibility, and creativity are the foundation of our service. We'll help you navigate through change and opportunities. Our 90-plus years of experience ensures quick turnaround on loan decisions. Ride the wave to prosperity with us. Ready for new funding? Visit our website today at PacificCoastCap.com.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'd like to thank Pacific Coast Capital for sponsoring this program. If you are a company that needs some cash and you can't get a loan from the bank, Pacific Coast Capital will be sure and help you out. So I'd like to thank them for their sponsorship. And I'd like to thank our guests today, Alex Cherub and Greg Kramer from Nevada Legal Services. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
And I'd certainly like to talk about some of the special projects that you have, because you don't just handle the like workers' rights, consumer rights, things like that. You've got some special projects that you're involved in. So I'd like to talk about some of those. First of all, the Indian Law Project.
Yes, our Indian Law Project is funded through our Legal Services Corporation grant, and it focuses on providing legal services to Native Americans across the state. This is the one program where we are actually able to provide criminal defense to individuals in tribal communities. So certain tribal courts have public defender office contracts, and our office is the recipient and has entered into a few of those contracts where we're able to provide criminal defense. In addition, our Indian Law Project provides a whole host of different legal services to tribal members throughout the state. One of our big focuses right now is estate planning and Indian wills for seniors who would like to put together an estate plan in their tribal communities. We've got the majority of our team on this program in northern Nevada, but there are tribal communities in southern Nevada as well that we have contracts with and connect with. It's a very important area of law when it comes to access to justice, because there are a variety of different courts that exist in tribal communities, and sometimes those can be complex structures, and our office is able to specialize in providing those supports to members of those communities.
Yes. Yes, that's a tough road to get into that and separate all of that stuff. It cannot be easy.
Right. As a matter of fact, Nevada Legal Services at its inception was focused on providing legal supports to tribal members. Way back, even before the organization was founded, there was an Indian Legal Services organization that was focused on providing these supports.
Super, super. Bless you for getting involved in that too. Farm worker.
Yes. Farm worker rights is an essential component of the access to justice structure. We have a large number of farms in particularly northern Nevada where individuals are able to work on the farms and provide support to those communities. There are distinct legal challenges that those farm workers often face, and our office is available to connect those individuals with the services they need. What's really exciting about our Farm Worker Rights Program is we were talking a little bit about community-based lawyering, holistic lawyering. Mm-hmm. Our Farm Worker Rights Project is connected to that community-based structure, and we have an outreach coordinator who does a great job of going all across northern Nevada and in certain circumstances central and southern Nevada to connect with workers on different farms. We've got farms, onion farms, for instance, in Mason Valley. We've got sheep herder communities in northeastern Nevada and Elko County. So there's a large population of farm workers in the state, and our office is focused on ensuring that those individuals have access to justice and are supported.
Wow. Good program to think of the farm workers' rights too. What about the Veterans Project? It's nice that you haven't forgotten the veterans.
Yes, yes, very important, because if you think about it, these are individuals who have given back, and it's time to ensure that those legal services are available to veterans. This is a new program that we've focused on expanding, particularly when it comes to homeless veterans. So we've got a grant through the Veterans Administration that focuses on providing legal support to homeless veterans or veterans who are at risk of homelessness. This structure includes representation of individuals in veterans benefits cases. There's a particular type of certification that's required through the VA for an attorney to represent individuals and serve veterans in their veterans benefits cases. And our office has 2 attorneys in our Veterans Rights Program who are able to provide supports to veterans in their access to veterans benefits. In addition to that, there are a whole host of legal services that we provide to veterans, including defensive eviction, including access to unemployment benefits, Social Security Administration benefits, and a whole host of other different types of legal problems. Our office made it a priority to not only seek additional funds to support our veterans, but as well meet the veteran in the community. So we do outreaches to a variety of different locations in Clark County in particular to connect with veterans on site so they know that our services exist.
Wow. And all of these, they're all handled by the staff within your office. These aren't ones that are farmed out for pro bono.
As a matter of fact, that's true. Our office has attorneys in-house that specialize in these different areas of law. Now,
Cool.
there are ways in which a pro bono attorney, for instance, if a pro bono attorney has a distinct interest in a matter involving unemployment benefits for a veteran, that particular case could be placed with a pro bono attorney. But we have attorneys in-house who are able to provide that support. And these programs are programs that are staffed by attorneys, paralegals, and legal secretaries.
And our goal is to make it a valuable and enjoyable experience for the pro bono attorneys. I mean, they're giving up their time, they're giving up
Sure.
income. So the best we can match those pro bonos with what they want to do, we will do that.
Yes.
Now, Alex, there is a narrow band of areas that we are not allowed to represent in. Could you talk
Yes.
about that narrow band?
Great question. So unfortunately, there are areas where our office cannot provide legal support. One of those areas I've talked about previously, which is criminal defense. Aside from in tribal communities, we are unable to provide any criminal defense legal services to individuals in Nevada. Also, we cannot provide services and initiate class action lawsuits. So anything involving a class action lawsuit, we are unable to do that. There are other areas of law that we are unable to participate in, and this is based on our Legal Services Corporation structure, and those restrictions come from regulations and so forth. We can't support individuals in school desegregation work. We can't support individuals in any political type of work or do any lobbying. So there are some restrictions that we have. We also have a restriction related to a non-citizen eligibility or citizenship status. So because of the federal funds that we receive, individuals who receive our support either will provide a citizenship declaration identifying their citizenship status in the United States, or there's a whole list of non-citizen eligibility documents that will allow for a person to have access to our programs.
But our limitations are so small compared to the broad scope of what
Sure.
we can do. And there are sister organizations in the state that do pro bono services, that do provide legal services to the needy. And one of the best ones is Legal Service Corporate, LACSID.
Yeah, Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada, an organization that works directly with us. And so if there's any limitations in the services that we provide, this is what's great about community-based lawyering and collaboration, then our friends over at the Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada can cover areas where we can't cover. So we have a symbiotic relationship.
Alex's predecessor was wonderful at extending ourselves with our sister organizations. So we're not in competition. We're trying to meet the unmet needs. And
Sure.
we have Nevada Senior Law Program, which also does some wonderful work.
Yes, they're
Okay.
also located in Las Vegas, the Southern Nevada Senior Law Program. They serve Clark County for individuals 60 and above. So you can see that these organizations are working together to ensure that those 92% of individuals who don't have access to an attorney, we're all working to diminish that number.
And the interesting thing about Nevada Senior Law Program, because I've been on that board too, is it's not means tested. It doesn't matter what you earn, but seniors have special needs as clients, and Nevada Senior Law Program can accommodate those needs. Now, if money is not an issue with Nevada, the only issue is having enough money to fund the programs.
Gotcha. So this is the Nevada, the Senior Law Project
Right.
that you're talking about.
This is actually a separate organization, that
Oh,
serves
separate.
Clark County. We have a senior law project at Nevada Legal
Itself.
Services that serves counties in northern Nevada.
Gotcha.
So we receive funds through the state of Nevada, the Aging and Disability Services Division, to serve seniors in a variety of northern Nevada counties. And so what we do in that program is we go to rural and frontier communities and meet seniors at senior centers and represent them in different matters in court. We have a large number of cases in Elko County and Humboldt County, as a matter of fact, where we represent individuals, protected persons, who have a guardian. In the state of Nevada, since 2017, there's been a state statute that requires that all individuals who have a guardian, or if there's a petition to be a guardian over an individual, that the individual, the protected person who the petition is identifying needs a guardian, is appointed an attorney. Our office provides that services in some northern counties as well through our senior law project and other funding in addition.
Gotcha. Hold that thought. We're going to take another sponsorship break and we'll be right back. Please stay with us.
I started my career in financial services during the Great Recession, one of the worst markets we've ever been through. That challenging period was full of uncertainty, but every challenging period has its opportunities. Investing should never be like gambling. Your financial future is far more important. No one knows what the future holds, but here at Lucia Capital Group, our bucket strategy can help you prepare for whatever lies ahead. I'm Joshua Dowden. I've been working with clients for more than 16 years, and I can help you as well. My office is right here in the heart of Summerlin, just north of Charleston Boulevard. Don't let the stock market determine the quality of your retirement. Call me today for a free consultation at 702-508-6421. That's 702-508-6421.
Welcome back, everyone. And I'd like to thank, first of all, Joshua Dowden of Lucia Capital Group for sponsoring this program. If you need any help with your 401ks or retirement funds, corporations or individuals, he's the man to reach out to. And I'd like to welcome back our two guests today, Alex Cherub and Greg Kamer.
There you go.
And before we go into the third section, you, I believe, are receiving some very special award.
I said nothing about that, but I am.
Alex, would you like to tell us what award that
Yes.
Greg is going to get that's very special?
We are very honored to have Gregory Kamer as a member of, as the vice chair of our board of directors. Mr. Kamer is one of the most distinguished attorneys in Nevada, 40 plus years of service, and is being honored this year at the State Bar Conference in Santa Fe, New Mexico with the President's Award, one of the most distinguished honor a member of the Nevada Bar can receive. So you can see the excitement that we have in our office and in the community that we have Mr. Kamer at our side.
Well,
It's humbling to have gotten this
congratulations.
award. Thank you. sir.
Congratulations.
It'll
That's
be
no
given in New
small
Mexico.
accomplishment.
Thank you. Well, you know what? And this is about giving. I get more than I get. The giving is so enjoyable that to be given an award for doing what I want to do anyway, it's amazing.
Yes.
It is amazing.
Icing on the cake doesn't get any
Yes,
better
it is.
than that, does it?
There we go.
Yes. So there was one subject that you touched upon in the last segment that I just want to get a little bit of more of an explanation. You talked about criminals, how you've got certain limitations.
Yes.
But I noticed you have criminal sealing, document sealing.
Yes.
Is that stopping the document sealing or making sure that it happens?
Right, so that's a great distinction. Yes, criminal defense is if somebody's being charged with a crime. Criminal record sealing is sealing the record after the charge or the conviction. And it's a process that the Nevada legislature has identified as a second chance opportunity for individuals who may have a criminal history that may impact their ability to find employment, to get housing, to have other access to the community. Through our work in criminal record sealing, we're able to petition the court after an individual is conviction-free for a period of time, depending on the criminal conviction, and petition the court to then seal that record with the Department of Public Safety and the courts, so it's as if that criminal conviction or criminal charge never happened. And then that individual is able to enter into the community, get a second chance, and not have that particular history on their record. Now, part of that process involves that rehabilitation, that demonstration that, hey, things have changed. I have made it, and this is the petitioner speaking, I have made an effort to go above and beyond and support my community. That was then, this is now, and as a result, I am ready to give back to the community. So it's a great opportunity for individuals to be able to re-enter and get employment and housing and so forth. Interestingly enough, though, it's a different case. So criminal record sealing, this is a little bit of a legal analysis here, is not in fact a criminal matter, but it's instead a separate civil matter that's filed in a court as a civil case to then initiate the process for that judge to sign in order to seal the record. And then the person can move forward without that criminal history.
Gotcha. Well, that's got to be a relief for a lot of people out there, that's for sure, that have got criminal records.
Oh, yes. It's one of our most popular programs because individuals have been convicted
And
or
served their
charged
time.
and served their
paid
time.
their fines. They get to come back into society.
Yeah.
It's not a permanent. You shouldn't be out there with a permanent record and not be able to to be part of our society.
Sure.
Exactly.
No,
So it's a
realize
very
that.
meaningful opportunity, and the attorneys and the paralegals that work in that project feel just incredible excitement when we're able to get those records sealed, because you can see the impact it's going to have on the
Sure,
person's
on that,
life.
yes.
In the same vein,
chance.
we have a eviction sealing part of the services that we provide. So after a person has been evicted, that eviction stays on the record and might significantly interfere with that person to be able to access housing. So
Or even jobs.
Or even jobs. This comes up and it's available if somebody were to search the name. Eviction sealing allows us to file a motion into the eviction case and demonstrate that the individual should have that record sealed in the interests of justice. And that would then have that eviction removed from the record, and if, say, a future housing provider were to look up the name, they would not see that eviction there. And again, another second chance. We just, 2 months ago was April, and April is the second chance month. It's been identified by the federal government as the month to focus on second chances. And every month is April at Nevada Legal Services, because we're really focused on making sure that individuals can get the most out of what the community has to offer.
Gotcha. And there are companies out there too that also help employ people with second chance, give them second chances, and that's what they specifically do. Get jobs for people who
Absolutely.
need second chances.
Exactly.
So,
And we make an effort to collaborate.
You make that happen.
Yes.
Your website, and we'll put that up at the end of this program, I noticed has a slew of events at all your various offices. Now, are all these free and open to the public, all these different events? Do people have to sign up, or how does it work? Because the events are listed,
Yes.
and there's many of them.
Free of charge. Yes, we do not
That's
charge.
That's your giving.
Yes, that's the giving.
Yeah.
Yes, and we do encourage folks to sign up. There's a whole host of different educational opportunities that exist. These are often training sessions that allow individuals to understand more about the law. If an individual says, hey, I would like to move forward and do something pro se, which means represent themselves, this gives those individuals the tools to do that and to also decide if this is a particular legal matter they'd like to follow. We also have a lot of in-person events too in rural communities and Clark County. We go to Pahrump a lot. We go to, like I said, Elko, Urington. We go to these communities and give presentations on topics of law or host what we call Ask a Lawyer events. Those events allow for individuals to show up either on Zoom or in person to a particular event and then have access to an attorney to talk about their legal needs for that period of time. It might just be a conversation where the individual is given legal advice and they move forward, or it could result in more significant representation and extended services based on the particular case. So it's important to keep an eye out on our calendar, on our website. There's a lot going on, and you'll be surprised at how many different areas of law people are interested in, because there's no aspect of a person's life that the law does not impact. And that's even more obvious to individuals who are low income, who often have these challenges and just need that lawyer to be able to say, hey, we're here for you, here's what you can do.
On that note, and we've talked about the various events, could you please give us your website information and phone number so people can go check out your calendar?
Yes, our website address is nevadalegalservices.org. So you can sign up on the website, complete an online intake, and we will get back to you, hopefully within a 24 to 48 hour period of time, and you'll be in touch with our office. That is the best way to access our office, and within a short period of time, your intake will be done, and we can move forward from there.
I'd like to thank you, Alex Cherrett, for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
for the
also
opportunity.
Greg Hamer. Thank you for
very
coming.
much.
Congratulations again on your award.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you all do for the less fortunate in our community.
And thank you for this
providing
program.
them the legal services. Did you want to put up your phone number on the screen at the same time?
Yes.
We are going to list all the office phone numbers, but if you just want to mention your local office phone number.
Right.
here.
I would love to mention the number. I don't have it memorized off the top of my head.
Oh,
702 386 0404. There we go. Yes.
there you go.
It says 702 386 0404. Call us if you need legal support. Thank you.
Thank you both again for being on the program. And I'd like to thank our producer, John Stars, also the owner of WWDBTV. I appreciate the opportunity to host this program every week, and I thank him for it. I'd like to thank our show sponsors, Pacific Coast Capital and Lucia Capital Group, and my business partner, RJ Champion. You'll see his message right at the end of this program. And last but certainly by no means least, I'd like to thank you, the viewer, for tuning in this week. I hope you've enjoyed this program. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me at stephen@thegiftofgiving.vegas. And I hopefully you will join us next week. In the meantime, please stay safe, be kind to one another, and take care. Bye for now.
Mr. R.J. Champion is proud to sponsor WWDB-TV's series, The Gift of Giving, and wishes the program much success. Congratulations and gratitude to the featured guests and the organizations they represent. Our community is well served by your tireless efforts to make Nevada a better state for all its residents.